Hello, I'm Commander Sleepy Pete, signing in again. This is my second video. You can probably can't tell from the hesitance in my voice. Not used to this yet, but I'm hopefully learning. Today, I'm going to show you some mysteries of the universe, some of the more deadly stars and star-like objects. We'll see. The game is Elite Dangerous again. This was on my way into the galactic core and coming away, and I found some things of spectacular beauty and terrifying danger on my way in and coming out again. I want to show you those today. But I thought I'd warm up with a little bit of transit between the stars. And yeah, big star. They're beautiful, aren't they? And the big honk of the Discovery scanner, bit of fuel scooping, go around the star, off to the next place, and I'll come back in a bit when I've got something very spectacular to show you. Where are we headed off to next? This one is, if you look in the top right, you'll see neutron star. What's that? It's a star that's exploded, and it's not big enough to go down to a black hole, but it's big enough that everything has squashed in and cannot squash any further. So that becomes the basic element, or basic part of an element called a neutron. So it's a charged particle, proton and an electron together. Look at that. That is beautiful, isn't it? The neutron star is in the centre, tiny little thing, but quite high gravity. The streamers off to the side are emissions from the star that we pick them up as pulsars. This is me backing away a little bit because I don't really want to get too close to that neutron star. The streamers are a bit deadly. In the game they're very useful for going to other stars very quickly with massive boosts to your faster than light jump range, system to system jump range. But I've not tried that yet, not really felt the need to yet, but I'm a bit more chilled out pilot than that. Here we are, coming back round for another look. That's gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah, that's a neutron star pulsar in all its glory. Here's me taking the obligatory screenshot for, I think I've shown that to various places. See the streamers steadily separating, I think is the right word. Yeah, the good screenshot, that's gone to a few places. And yeah, that's a neutron star. It's rotating a bit too fast. I found one earlier that was a bit slower. And here's me showing you where I am. When I recorded this, I was on my way into the galactic core, and you'll see the Great Annihilator. We'll see that in a bit. That's scary. That's very scary. But that's coming up. Yeah. Next place. And back again. The next place I found, looking at top right, it's not quite there yet. That's the C-class star. Little star. I thought I'd start off a bit early. These stars are actually a little bit scary as well for the main game, because you turn up at the system very, very close, and if you're not really careful, the star get damaged and all sorts of unpleasantries like that. They basically slow you down. When I'm in games, I tend to go tunnel vision focus. I'll barrel straight through what I'm doing. I hate being slowed down, which is another reason why I don't play multiplayer too much, because you're kind of forced to be polite, and if that's the right way to say it, and stay with the speed of the other players. I'm a bit quick for that. Yeah, so looking top right, black hole. First black hole of the day. This one's a little one, and I won't lie, black holes terrify me to absolute death. You'll see why in a minute. They are little balls of invisible, infinite death. If one of these came through our system, we would be, yeah, human race would be gone. We'd all be gone. There's nothing we could do about it. And we come out of hyperspace and there's nothing there. Where is it? Can't see it. It's right there in front of us, and it's that invisible ball of terror and death, but we can't see it until, yeah, I've taken my scan of it. I'm going to look at the other star in a minute. See how the stars are distorting around it? Yeah, I decide quite quick that that's about as close as I want to be to a black hole. Don't want to be that close, because they what's the right phrase? They give me the willies. There are other phrases, but I don't really want to swear on YouTube, not on my second video. But yeah, scary. And I have a look at the other star. I'm going to have a look back round again to the little black hole. It's only about 6 stellar masses, so it's a tiddly one. Our star, by the way, won't turn into a black hole. It's not big enough. They have to be about yeah, this is me having a little look, see what the black hole actually is. Yeah, a little tiddler. Can barely see it. Doesn't make too much ripple on the rest of what's around it. Little jump there. I'd got into planning the route for the next black hole, but I thought I can't leave it there. I can't. I'll have to squelch the toe a little bit. Have another little look at that black hole, and not trip over me words, and show you what it does to the stars around it. So, little tiddler, it's not having much of an effect, but it's lensing the stars, the light of the stars behind it as you fly by. And I'm trying not to get too close, but have a look at those stars behind the orange circle that shows you where the black hole is. You see the common effect is you see multiple images of the stars behind as their light is being bent around, not through, the black hole. And yeah, a bit more later. Next one. So what's that? That system, they've called it the Great Annihilator. Now, why could that be? What could be there? Let's have a little look. Jumping, and yeah, this one's a bit bigger. It's a medium-sized black hole. Oh, there's a second one there as well. That's it's a bit terrifying to fly towards, like most black holes. Yeah, you've probably guessed already. I'm really scared of black holes, and yeah, a little eye of eternity. Little. Not as big as they can be, not as big as what I'll show you later. But you're looking forward to that. I'm not, because I've got to do post commentary on it. I recorded these in ordinary, didn't. You see how the space is all distorting, and as I'm flying away, scared and about to wet my pants, the space is gradually going back to its normal dimensions. Yeah, black holes bend space-time, and there I am flying towards a companion star. This system's quite busy for a black hole. There's a lot there, ready for the black hole to eat it and spew it out as X-ray laser energy. So yeah, let's have a look. That's a bit more significant than the last one. And yeah, have a look at the sun. Thought I've got to do another flyby. Let's have a little look. Let's see this eye of eternity and mass annihilation. Get close to one of these, and you won't feel your death. You'll eventually die, but because they warp space-time so much, see it in its little invisible circle, bending the stars around it? Yeah, you get subject to time dilation as the space-time gets warped, and you slow down. You don't die, you go into infinite freeze. I don't really want to know how that feels like. I don't want to experience it. I don't think we'll in our lifetimes. It's a bit of a shame. I would like to be an astronaut for an oil. I do enjoy playing Elite because it lets me indulge that youthful thing of wanting to be a spaceman. So yeah, Scared is starting to win again, so it's time to have a look at the rest of the stars in the system. I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, I'm learning from what I did in that first video. That first video is way too long, yeah. It went on for an hour, mostly me rambling. Mostly me talking over stuff that you didn't really want to hear. That's I've just looked at the other companion targeting the second black hole. This will take a while, and I'll skip ahead to that. Yeah, big zoom. Basically travelled 200,000 light seconds, and you don't want to see that. This is where I start thinking, why haven't my scanners kicked off yet? How close do I need to be to this little black hole before my ship has a good look at it? The answer is far, far closer than I would ever want to be. And there we go. Ship's having a little look at it. The distortion isn't really starting yet. It's a little tiny black hole, and there's just the gas of the core behind it to look at. Yeah, let's move on a bit more and see something a lot more spectacular. What I'm doing at the moment in the game here is getting a full scan of the system, because I'm going to sell it later. And one of the reasons I'm nervous about look at that on the right, it's distorting the cloud and the view of the cloud that you get as you sweep by it. Think of, if you've seen Interstellar, think of the gargantua pics on that, except these they're not eating anything at the moment, so they don't have a visible accretion disk, and that's where the accretion disk is where the black hole is eating matter, and it's spitting out high luminosity, very bright light, bits of gas. And that's what you typically see from black holes when they get shown in science fiction. This game is also science fiction, but I'd like to think that it borrows a hell of a lot from the actual science of the universe. The borrowing from the main sequence of stars to basically populate what's there and give a lot of variation, a lot of very beautiful images to see as a pilot, and it's that beauty of the universe around, the natural, this is all natural, everything natural in the game, plus the man-made spectacular space stations. That's what keeps me in the game. It keeps me going wow as some of these new things appear in front of me. Let's have a look at where I'm going next in the game is this inspires pure terror, and I'll come back with that. Right, what I'm heading towards with a little skip is Sagittarius A star. Every galaxy, including our own, has a supermassive black hole right in the centre. It's the engine around which everything in the galaxy rotates. No galaxies known so far are there without one of these supermassive black holes. Boom, as the scanner goes again. A little bit of topping up the fuel tanks. Can't refill at the black hole. It wants to eat you. It doesn't want to give up anything for your fuel tanks, for your hyperspace drive. So, here we go. Plucking up the courage. what we're going to see at the end of it. You've seen, so far, you've seen 2 tiddly little black holes, and you've seen 1 medium-sized black hole. They're scary enough, but they're absolutely nothing to what you're about to see. Even the medium black hole is small enough that you drop out of hyperspace only about 6 million meters away from the black hole. It's not too far. You hit the stop on the drive, and you would hit the event horizon in about 3 minutes. That's yeah. If you were going at anything near full tilt as you came out, yeah, bump, and you'd cause damage. You don't want dents in your spaceship. This one, I will drop out at 60 light seconds away. It's massive. It's several hundred times the mass of our sun in a very tiny little space. If you wanna know the detail on that, Wiki explains it far better than I ever will. Also, Brian Cox, I mentioned him in the first video. If you wanna know anything about astronomy and how this universe works around us, have a look at Brian Cox. Wow, that is the supermassive black hole. You can't see within the black hole. Everything that approaches it slows down due to the warping of space-time into infinite time. And there's me backing off a bit from it. You'll have seen some of the lensing effects of the stars around it as well. I don't really want to be anywhere near it, but we'll come back to it in a minute. That second unexplored is also very real. It's Source B, which they've observed that in our known galaxy as part of the Milky Way. I thought, I can't go away from Sagittarius A star that quickly. I've got to go back. Got to get some good flybys. See what happens with that gravitational lensing. See it starting. See the cloud of the gas. See as if it's spreading around the black hole. There's better videos of this as well from people who are brave enough to get closer. That's not me. Black holes terrify me, honest. Not much does, but these do. See how it's distorting the view of the gas behind as I'm trying to circle around it? That's the... you can't see straight through, but the light of what's behind the black hole is bent by it. So it's kind of, you know that the invisible wall is there from how it affects the cosmos around it, but you can't discern within it. It is the abyss. You look into it, it looks back and says, I want to eat you. And if you're sensible, you don't really want to be anywhere near it. So it's not so much beauty. There's my close approach. Like, see how the cloud of gas is lensing around it? That's not in front of me. That's behind the black hole, and it's the light from it is just bending as the space-time bends. It's fascinating stuff. It's incredible, isn't it? If I get a bit closer as well, you'll see how you'll probably see stars in the borders around it. That's multiple images of stars being reflected in and around the black hole. So anything that gets too far in gets slowed by that bending of space-time, and it goes to infinite time. The light from it goes closer to the red as it redshifts as the space-time distorts. Yeah, far more on Wiki about this. Yeah, slow down for the screenshot. See the stars compressing around it. Just moving the viewpoints around here, because that seems to give a better demonstration of what happens as you go past the black hole. It's an eye of absolute menace, and that's about as close as I wanted to get. Yeah, at this point, I'd been, let's see, 14,000 light years away from civilization. I've picked up a bunch of data that I want to sell, first opportunity I get, and go in meta and out of the game, out of the sequence here. I'm only 2,000 light years away from being able to sell it all, and there's a lot there. I've got a lot of first discoveries to be named so far. Yeah, this is me going off to Source-B, which is a B-class star that steadily orbits Sagittarius A star, and yeah, they picked this up on the sensors that we have available, the astronomy kit that we have available to us, and it's actually real. The people who developed the game have they've captured what they can. A lot of the galaxy, and I think it's about 4 billion stars, is procedurally generated. Pardon me not being able to speak. Yeah, it's procedurally generated according to certain rules, like when I'm surveying, I'm heading for G-type stars, same type as what we got, and I'm looking for the planets in the Goldilocks zone to yeah, because they're the promising candidates for life and high value planets. Planets that we're looking for, our astronomers are looking for those at the moment as a potential place to send big ships to. It's fascinating stuff. At least that's what I think. I hope I'm passing on a bit of that fascination as well. But you don't want to see me go all the way across to Source-B, so I'll come back in a minute again. And that was a big jump to refueling at another star. When I got the Pulsar earlier, I thought I can do better than that. I can find one that's far prettier. And as luck would have it, there we go, top right, neutron star, jumping towards it. So yeah, found before I started recording totally, there was an absolutely beautiful star that I found. Got a screenshot of it, but I didn't record it. So yeah, it looks a lot like what you're about to see. So jumping in, spending the time between stars that it needs to load everything up and see things like that. It's beautiful, isn't it? This is another pulsar, another neutron star, where it's spinning far slower than what we had before. It's making those beautiful streamers. Gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah, a neutron star like this, it's got its streamers, and we actually pick them up from Earth. Our radio telescopes will pick them up, because the rhythmic pattern of how it's thrown off that streamer, it makes a radio frequency noise, and we'll be able to pick it up right back here at Earth. That's yeah, more fascinating of the astronomy variety. Yeah, it's shots like that that make the game really worth playing. And I'm having a look here to see if there's anything else in the system that's worth me looking at. And after a little look, it looks kind of interesting. I'm gonna have a look at it. Yeah, more surveying. Got kind of addicted to the surveying in this play since I come back. And yeah, that's almost it for today. I did hear though all of the excitement about the eclipse. Yeah, heard all the excitement about the eclipse. Thought I'd like to see what I can do in game, see what I can find. and I found a system with a couple of planets quite close to the sun, and yeah, gets in the right position, lines the shot up, has it steadily moving across the screen into the eclipse position. It's almost there, and no, come back. It's going a bit too quick again now. I've actually sped the video back up again. I had it slow down before. Yeah, there we go. This took about 10 seconds to 10-15 seconds to fully transition across the star. It's a good sight. Gave me a good screenshot. Enjoyed it. And yeah, that's all I have for you today. I'm going to show a few more videos, hopefully improve as I go. And if you've liked what you see, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and give me a comment if you like what you see. Thank you.